Thinking about upgrading your home? Hello, I'm Philip Pantana. Whether you want a modern kitchen, a stunning bathroom, a sturdy deck, or even a brand new addition, our company, Perimeter Remodeling and Restoration, can make it happen. From quick interior repairs to full-scale renovations, homeowners trust us for expert craftsmanship and excellent service, always delivered with the care you deserve. Schedule your free consultation now at perimeterva.com. Call or text 434-515-2868.
This is Talk Local to Me from the Central Virginia Business Coalition. Streaming live each week on Media Squatch Plus and available on demand in the app or wherever you get your podcasts. Local stories, local business, local impact.
Welcome back, everyone, to Talk Local to Me. I'm Heather Alto with the Central Virginia Business Coalition, and Mike Norfield with Visiting Angels could not be with us today. I think we've been really flip-flopping the last couple of weeks. It's like, I'm here, he's not. He's here, I'm not. We really do like each other. We're really, good co-hosts. We like to try and be here together, but life sometimes just happens and we're not always able to be here together, but we are always still here making sure you guys are up to date with all of the local news and local businesses and things happening in our community. And so today will be no different. We're actually going to be talking about an upcoming event happening this weekend that we want to make sure everybody comes out and attends and supports, and then talking with a local business owner as well here that is growing and doing big things in the community. We're so excited to talk with both Blake and Jennifer today. But before we do, as always, I'm going to chat a little bit about what the Central Virginia Business Coalition has coming up. And honestly, I'm excited to say not much, friends, because I'm tired. No, we do have opportunities for business owners in our community to come out and network. It's October. I think a lot of times people it's either you're slowing down a little bit because it's that last quarter, or you're really ramping up because you're busy for the holidays. Kind of depends. Like, is your business kind of retail and, someone that you really want them coming out and supporting you for the holidays? And, if so, right now is your busy time. And we get kind of overrun with, businesses that are like, hey, we want to use our billboards. Hey, we want to do this. We want to do that. So networking, I tell everyone, is really important, even going into these last few months. However, it does get a little bit harder because there are holidays and there's a lot going on. And so I will say that for us, some of our networking events do slow down a bit. We are not going to have any coffee talks during the month of November, which is crazy to me because we always have a coffee talk. But November is a little bit. I'm going on vacation for a week, and then it's Thanksgiving. But we do have some things coming up for October. Tomorrow we are going to be in Alta Vista with our Alta Vista Coffee Talk. So if you're a business that is in the Alta Vista, Campbell County area, we encourage you to come out from 8:30 to 10 to the Spark Innovation Center in Alta Vista. We are really working at growing our business footprint in that area and working with small businesses in Alta Vista. We're actually going to be putting out information soon. We're going to be hosting a Christmas window display contest for businesses out that way, just to kind of have some holiday cheer and some spirit going on in that area. But definitely want you to come out and networking. And then our Business Off the Clock will be happening next Thursday on the 23rd at Sweet Indulgence Bakery. And that will be right after they have done their big reveal. They've got some new news coming out for Sweet Indulgence that we're really excited for. So put it on your calendar to attend our evening event, which is from 5:30 to 7 at Sweet Indulgence Bakery. And then our coffee talk for like the Lynchburg, Bedford area. I'm really excited for this one. It's our Halloween coffee talk because guess what? It's actually on Halloween. I love dressing up. So I'm still a big kid. I dress up every single year, and I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. But we're going to be right here in Bedford at the Blue Lady Cafe. And I know you guys have heard me talk about the Blue Lady and their food and what a great job, Jay and Tommy do at the Blue Lady, and was really excited to get them to host us for this event. So we will have some great breakfast, I can promise you, because we're at an actual restaurant and I told them they had to provide me with really good breakfast. And so we're encouraging all of our business owners in Lynchburg, if you're here in Bedford, if you're in, Smith Mountain Lake area, come on out. Let's have a great time. It's from 8 to 10. It's rolling, but we want you to drop in and meet and greet with other businesses in our community. And so put that on your calendar for the 31st. We normally have a prize for the best costume. So come dressed up too. That's a lot of fun. I know it's big kids. Come on, you can do it. Everyone get dressed. And then, we also will be leading into November Small Business Saturday. I'm talking about it now because it is so important. We talk about shopping local, supporting local. Small Business Saturday may only be one day, but we really encourage you to shop local all season long. So if you're shopping the holiday season, do it. Start today. But Small Business Saturday, go out, support your local businesses. We are doing a new event this year. It's called our Shopper on the Shelf event. Sort of like Elf on the Shelf, but I was pretty sure that's kind of trademarked, so we didn't put it out there. So we're doing Shopper on the Shelf, but it's going to be very similar where our different retail businesses that are participating are going to have a elf in their place of business. Each elf will have its own unique name. We're going to have little elf names on each one. And we encourage you to go out and find the elves throughout the day. And each business will have a QR code at their register that you can scan and submit a Google form letting us know that you were there and putting the name of the elf that you found. And every single place you visit and each different elf that you find gets you into an entry for some really great prizes. And we have numerous retailers that are signing up and donating prizes to this event. So it's going to be some really nice goodies. And I think we're even going to have like a really nice Visa card that's going to go out, which would be great for the holiday shopping for anyone. So we will be putting out information about each participating vendor in the next couple of weeks and highlighting them throughout the month of November so that you kind of can plan out your route on Small Business Saturday to go out and shop. And then last but not least, Christmas parades. Registration is open for both Lynchburg and Bedford's Christmas parades. So we want to have two wonderful events throughout the town of Bedford and the city of Lynchburg. So if you're interested in putting in a float or a vehicle or just marching in the parade, go on our website, cvabc.org. You'll be able to pull up the link to register, or you can contact me at heather@cvabc.org and we can send you the link too. So that's a lot of stuff coming up. And so if you say there's nothing to do, then I've said it before, you are lying because there's a lot to do. And that's not even just with me. There's a lot to do around our area. So, if you're looking for something to do on the weekend, definitely check out, the different options that we have. And we're going to be chatting about one of them right now. So I know you guys are familiar with Blake Bryant. We have had him on the show before. Blake, how are you doing?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good. So we've had you, I think, on for the past maybe 2 years or so. 3 years talking about Puzzled and the event that you have coming up this weekend. But before we get into the event, tell everyone, so maybe we have listeners that haven't heard you on the show before. Let's talk a little bit about Puzzled and, why it started and kind of what the goals are for Puzzled and why you got it up and running.
Well, I started Puzzled just kind of a dream in my head to help children on the autism spectrum. I'm on the autism spectrum myself, and I struggled most of my life with school and just interacting with people and, just normal things that people don't think about every day. I struggled with. So when I went to work for Clorox, I work 12-hour rotating shifts, and I have a lot of free time when I'm not at work. So I came up with, hey, I'm going to do Puzzled. And just by accident, I helped somebody with a car show, and I've seen that I was good at it. So I took that and just kind of ran with it and said, I'm going to take some effort and try to do good at this and make money to help children and, kind of connect parents to resources. And that's kind of what Puzzle does. It's just not about the money. It's more about connecting us parents to resources. So that's the big thing that we really do that's outside of the money. The money is just an added bonus where we can help children in different ways that are affected by autism. And we've been doing it. This is our 13th year. And most people don't know this. Before this year, we were just under other nonprofits. We raise money, but we weren't official. As of July 1st of this year, we're official. We're now a 501(c) nonprofit. We have a board and do all those fun things. So that was a great change. It's just going to make it for we can help more children because we're going to go into writing grants and doing different things to hopefully we can make more money for we can help more children. So that was a great move that we did this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really excited to see the growth that you've had with that. And becoming a 501(c)(3) does open a lot of doors for how you can continue to help the children. And I will say firsthand, for those of you who are listening in and maybe you've never met Blake before, or maybe you've never been to a Puzzled car show, or you haven't heard of Puzzled, which I'm not really sure how you have not seen the wrapped vehicle riding around town. But, when Blake says he is really in this for the community and the kids, he is telling you a 100% fact truth. Like, his heart is so in what he does. And I have the pleasure of saying that because I've worked with him now for quite a few years and been able to really sit down and listen to him and the reasons behind why Puzzled started. And you're right. It's not about the money. I know that resources for people, and I think a lot of it is people just don't realize what resources are out there, and they get so confused on maybe they're looking for themselves and just, I know me, sometimes if I'm trying to Google something or look something up, I get frustrated after a couple of, I'm clicking on this link and I'm clicking on that link. And then, 3 links in, I'm just done. I'm throwing my phone down. I'm like, I don't know where else to look, or you just get so overwhelmed. So having an organization like yours that you can walk alongside them and help them because you've been there, you understand it, is so important.
Yeah. And so many people just don't know how hard it is just to connect the parents to find out the resources. And, that's not something that we make money from. We do it out the goodness of our heart. I will talk to anybody at any time to help the children. And it's so hard sometimes figuring out what school they should go to, or what doctor they should see, or what dentist, or, all of those things. It's just so hard to get to the resources. And a lot of it is not that people don't want to help, but a lot of times people are competing with each other. So there might be 2 companies doing the same service, and they're more focused on getting that person to come to them. I'm more focused on just helping the children, and I don't care who does it, and I don't care who makes the money from it. Let's just help the children, and the rest will come out later on. But help the children. There's so many waiting lists at all these places. It's just sad to me because when there's a waiting list, the children are not getting happen. They're not getting the help. So, what happens to those children for those 3 months that they're on the waiting list, or the 4 months? They're not getting the help they need. So that's what matters to me is let's get the parents to the resources. Let's get the children help, and let's make it so they can be productive in society and just be like everyone else. I mean, and the real truth is we're all different. None of us are the same. Everybody was built different, so even though these kids are different, they're the same, so let's just get the help for them.
So let's talk a little bit about the Puzzled Car Show. It's coming up this weekend. So give us just the details on dates, times, location.
So it's this Saturday at 307 Allegheny Avenue. And if you don't know what that is, it's Pittman Plaza. It's 10 to 4. And it's a whole family fun day. People hear a car show and probably say, oh, I don't even like cars. Well, it's a whole lot more than that. We have food trucks. We have, vendors. We have lots of cars, but we also have a carnival area for the children, where they can go and get in the bounce houses, get their face painted, ride on the train. That was at the Railroad Festival last week, and that costs you $0. You can come look at the cars. That's free. You can come and your kids can play. They could be on that train all day. They could be in them bounce houses all day, and it absolutely costs $0 to do that. And we do that for a reason because it's about the families for us. So we want to give back to the family. So we don't charge anything for any of the kids' stuff. It's free. You can bring your kids and they can play trunk or treat ride the train all day long and there's no cost. And it's always been like that, and that's important to us. Yeah, the car show makes money and the car people pay to enter their cars, but the stuff with the kids is free. We even have a costume contest and built custom awards for that. And again, it's absolutely free. You can be involved. We have a donut eating contest again.
And that one always cracks me up. I love it.
It's absolutely free. And it's pretty neat because a new community member, Shipley Donuts, came on board this year and is sponsoring it 100%, giving away the donuts. And it's fun and it's getting the community involved.
You did a Yoo-Hoo drinking contest last year, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a Yoo-Hoo drinking contest.
I know. I wanted my son-in-law to do that. I've never seen somebody drink a Yoo-Hoo so quick in my life.
And
he wasn't there with us.
It's about fun. Yeah, it cost us money to put it on, but at the end of the day, it's about having fun. I told somebody yesterday, I want kids to be kids. So I want kids to come there and have fun, but I want adults to come there and be kids. I want you to laugh. I want you to have a good time. Yeah, puzzle is serious, but at the end of the day, I want kids to be kids and adults to be kids. I want you to have fun and laugh and enjoy your family because I want your kids to see that positive influence. And that's what Puzzle is about, showing children on the autism spectrum that there is people that love them and care for them and have their back no matter what. And, Heather talked about the wrap on my truck, and I did that. I paid for that out of my pockets. People think that the foundation paid for it. I paid for that because I want kids to see it when they go down the road, see it, and be like, hey, that guy might help me. So if it makes it just if I help one child because they see my vehicle or they take a picture with it because the turtle's on the side of it, then I've done what I wanted to do. I want to make sure children know they can ask him or any of my people for help, and we'll be right there no matter what you need help with.
So let's talk about the car show piece of it. How many cars normally are at this event?
So last year we had 509 cars, and that's probably the biggest car event within 200 miles. And we worked hard for that. When the first car show, I didn't think we would have 5 cars there, and we got lucky. We had like 60 some cars, and that's what made me think, oh, if I put some effort in this, we could really make a go of it. And I never thought it would get to this level, but it has, and every single year it's grown bigger and bigger, because after Saturday's event, on Sunday when I go home, we're going to start all over. It's no break. I don't take a break. I do this all year long.
I get that.
And we're all volunteers. None of my guys make any money. I don't make any money. We all do it from the heart. And everything we raise, we give it back to help children with autism.
So another thing I will mention, Blake mentioned the carnival piece of it where the kids can go and play games. And I know you actually built some of those games.
Yeah, a big majority of them, I built them because we try to be conservative with any money we spend, where most people would pay somebody to do it or they would go out and buy a game. We're building them, and it's just not me. I have an army of people that help me, and Heather knows that because she knows some of the people. We have an army of people that help us. It might be welding a piece here, cutting a piece there, painting, whatever it might be. We do all that stuff ourselves. Because that's important to me. I love doing it, just like all the trophies that we give away. We build, and that's important to me. It takes a lot of time, but it's worth it at the end of the day.
And if you win one of those trophies, I'm telling you, man, they are the coolest. Like, he puts so much effort into it. So a couple of, not last year, but the year before, my daughter won one of those trophies because she came and entered the costume contest, and she dressed up like a mechanic and got up there and said, I'm working on all these cars out here. It's a long day. And she won. And she still has that trophy sitting on her dresser. And she loves it. She just thinks it's so cool.
And you know what? And I don't judge any of the stuff because I want to be fair to people. But what her dressing up as a mechanic, it might not have been the most expensive costume. It might not have been the coolest costume, but it was all about what we were doing. And it was so original and outside the box. And that's the kind of things that we like, that's original and outside the box and just is creative thinking. Last year we had a family came. The dad was a chef. The mom was a sous chef. And the baby was in a boiling pot, and the baby was the lobster. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that is just so creative. I like those things. It doesn't, as long as you're creative, you don't have to have an expensive costume. It's not about that. It's just being different and showing the person that you are. That's what Puzzled is about,
Yeah. And going back to the carnival part of it, bring your kids out and let them play the games, because you guys also have prizes that they win. So it's not just that they're playing games. They're actually going home with prizes.
And what's kind of unique about what we do, the first part, like I said, you don't have to pay anything. But the second part, every child is a winner. I don't want to go somewhere and you play the game and you don't win, so you don't get anything. So we do it a little bit different. If you play the game, you win, you're going to get a smiley face. If you win, you'll get 2 smiley faces. And you can go get a small prize, or you can build it up and get bigger prizes. But the main thing I want everybody to know, when children come to Puzzle, they're winners, no matter what. I don't care where you're at in life. I don't care. You could be that child in a wheelchair or whatever it might be. In my eyes and all of my team's eyes, you're a winner. And I really, truly believe that. And anybody that knows me can tell you, every child is a winner. Every child can make it. Because like I said, and just from my past, there's lots of teachers that told me I could never make it. I could never do it. I would never amount to anything. Don't listen to them. Go out there. You can do it no matter who you are.
Now, you also have, okay, hold on. You normally have, I don't know this year, so I may be wrong, but you tell me, silent auction? Is that happening again this year? Okay, perfect.
So and it's changed a little bit. We have a live auctioneer, and Torrance Reed and Forehand is going to do the auction for us. And we have a 50-50. And then we have a regular raffle where you can win raffle prizes by buying a $1 ticket, and you're just donating money to us. And we got, oh my gosh, 100 and some baskets, and we got all kinds of stuff, that we work on throughout the year. And you could win. I mean, we have a 58-inch TV we're going to give away this year, so there's lots of cool prizes you can win. And, the live auction, or the 50-50, or the regular raffle. So there's tons of ways to win, and you're winning in 2 ways. You're winning a prize, but you're also helping a child. So that's the main thing I want people to think about. It's not just you're giving money and maybe winning a raffle prize. You're giving a donation to help a child with autism, and you could win something cool. So you're winning twice.
Is the live auction at a certain time, or is it just going throughout the day?
The live auction is from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock.
Okay. I just want to make sure I know so I can get up in there. Get up. I've never done live auction. Scares me. They talk real fast. I don't know what I'm gonna be. I'll probably bid on something I don't even realize I'm bidding. Like you accidentally scratch your nose and they're like, oh, $1,000. I'll be like, Blake, we got to talk after the show. But no, I think that's awesome. What type of food trucks are going to be there?
So we have a humongous ice cream truck that's going to be there. We have barbecue. We have tacos. We have pizza. I mean, if you think of it, we probably have it. People really do support us, and it makes me happy as can be that we have all these supporters. And I'm so thankful for everybody that helps us, because we have, golly, there's probably, Heather and I were talking about it a little while ago about all the events that are big events going on this weekend. So I'm thankful if we had one food truck, because there's so much going on. It's hard to pick where to go.
Right.
So I'm just as thankful can be for all the community support and all the people that, help us in so many different ways.
So tell us the times again?
10 to 4.
10 to 4. So, come out. You can dress up or not. You don't have to dress up, but you can bring your kids for a fun, and I say it again, free event. Now, we'll assume you do have to pay at the food trucks. You are going to have to get your food. So I don't want people walking up to the food trucks being like, oh, this is all free. There are some things, but all of the main, playing the games and the bounce house and seeing the cars and checking out all the vendors, and really, this is a fabulous event. I have been attending it for years. I have seen the growth. And again, this man right here puts so much into this event. What right now, I know it's Wednesday, so we ain't got much time, but do you have any needs right now for Saturday?
I mean, we always have needs. We always need volunteers, because, there's a lot of setup, tear down, it's a lot just running the 30-some games that we have, that's a lot. We always need volunteers. We can always take waters. We can always take juice boxes. And again, like that stuff, when we get the waters and the juice boxes, we give that away free because I don't want any child to pass out or any parent to have any heat things or any of that stuff. So, we can always use that stuff. If we don't have it Thursday, I go out and just buy it and just do it out of my pocket because, again, I'm about the kids and helping the kids, and the money is not a factor to me and never has been. I've put lots of my own money into this because I believe in it and I believe in the children, so it's never really been about money. The board gives me a fit because they don't want me spending my money, but sometimes that's just how it is. I'm not going to let any child go without, and that's just how I'm built, and that's how my heart is. So waters and juice boxes we can always use, and volunteers too.
Perfect. And I would encourage you too, if you are a business owner in town and maybe, not for this year, but come check it out and talk with Blake about even supporting going into 2026, because, the reason that they can do a lot of this free of charge is because they do have businesses and people that sponsor the event. And I know as well as anybody that, having support and being able to offer these things to the community, we do have to have the backing of business owners or people that are willing to donate. So come out and check it out, and then chat with Blake about how you can support in 2026 if you can't do it, in 3 days. Because
some people can do it in 3 days.
Yeah, some people can.
And like Heather said, without our partners, because we don't have sponsors. Our sponsor is somebody that gives you money. They run one direction, you run the other direction. Partners is a long time thing. I'm not just going to help you when you give me a check. I'm going to help you all year long. And that's, to me, what a partner does. You help each other. Just like the Business Coalition in the last 3 and 4 years, they've helped us build this along with lots of other people. So I can't do the things I do without our partners. They're more important than people will ever realize.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show
again.
Thank you for having
me, as always.
And chatting about Puzzled. And I hope everyone listening marks their calendars. And even if you can only make it out there for an hour, I mean, I know there's a lot to do. I know in the past couple years, I've kind of planned my calendar around going to one event at like 9, and then I'll hit this, and then I'll hit, trying to find parking sometimes at the plaza. I'm in there like, all right, where am I going to park? Because it gets packed. So you want to get there early and get you a space. But it's so much fun. It's also, I will say, I love that you have it at Pittman Plaza because it also is easy to get to. If you need to take a bus, there's, bus transportation to the plaza. I know sometimes that can be hard for people to get to some of these events that are out in the outskirts of town and things like that. So it's very easy, a great location as well. So, we are going to cut to a quick commercial, and then I will be back with Jennifer to talk about Creative Cove. Today's podcast is brought to you by Omega Disaster Restoration, located in Campbell County, Virginia. Omega specializes in water, fire, and smoke damage restoration, as well as mold remediation. Their region includes Central and Southwest Virginia, which spans a vast service area from Blacksburg to Charlottesville and Stanton to Danville.
In addition to disaster restoration and full-service reconstruction and remodeling, Omega is proud to offer custom all-wood cabinets through their Hanover Woodworking Studio, custom countertops via their Top Solution Studio, and dumpster services through Old Dominion Dumpsters, all part of the Omega family of brands. A beautiful showroom is currently under construction at their Exchange Drive location and will be soon open to the public, showcasing their diverse offerings.
Customers can call 434-616-4659 for emergency assistance with water, fire, smoke damage, or mold remediation needs. Omega provides 24/7 emergency response, ensuring that help is always available. Locally owned and not a franchise, Omega is your first and last call in any emergency, restoring your home or business from beginning to end. For more information about Omega Disaster Restoration and their comprehensive services, please visit omegadisasterrestoration.com/VA/Lynchburg.
One thing protects it all, your roof. And when you've got a new one, you're set for decades. I'm Andrew Lee. Our company, Perimeter Roofing and Exteriors, is trusted by homeowners and businesses for all roofing and exterior projects. Shingles, metal, slate, gutters, windows, siding, decks, and more. Perimeter Roofing and Exteriors is your go-to for all protection and efficiency. Get your free no-hassle inspection today. Call or text 434-515-2868. Perimeter Roofing and Exteriors, protecting from the top down.
I'm back. Took me a second. I was like stuck for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I'm tired. No, what a bunch of great commercials. So I will go ahead and just put the plug out there. If you are a business that would like to be a sponsor, or I'm going to use Blake's work, a partner with Talk Local to Me, and help us be able to continue putting this program on and have a commercial that is played. You've heard our intro commercial and our commercials throughout the show. We would love to have you. It is $100 a month, so very affordable. And don't forget, people are not only hearing your commercial live while we're here from 12 to 1 on Wednesdays, but then they're hearing it anytime they're uploading or, they're listening to the podcast throughout the week. And I think we got like thousands of live listeners a month, and our downloads are extremely, I don't even know all the numbers. They're skyrocketing. Woody told me we're awesome. Right, Woody? Crickets. Okay. It's okay. But anyway, no, we would love to have you as a sponsor. If you are interested, please contact me at heather@cvabc.org. So, moving into the second part of the show, I'm really excited. This is a new guest for us on Talk Local to Me. And I am so excited to be talking to Jennifer. She has been a member now, and Mike is going to hurt me. Blake, I did not ask you the question. Darn it. Hold on. Jennifer, I have to ask the question to Blake so that Mike doesn't message me and say, Heather, what were you thinking? Blake, how many years have you been a member of the Central Virginia Business Coalition?
Since before COVID.
Okay.
And we actually have won awards from the CBAC. It's an excellent organization to be involved with, and it will really help you grow your small business. And if you ever have any questions about that, you can reach out to me, and I'll tell you how it helped Puzzle grow. So any questions ever, reach out to me, and I'll tell you every single situation that they have helped us and helped us grow and helped us be better. It's definitely something that you want to be part of. And that's why I'm so thrilled that we have Jennifer today, because I talked to her about the CBAC, so that's what it's supposed to be. Members getting new members and helping each other build up. And that's what the CBAC does, is build each other up and help small business, and really, truly small business, because there's hardly any nonprofits that are smaller than us.
Thank you. And my second question is, what's your favorite part about being a member? But I think you kind of just summed it all up right there.
And I'm sorry, I can talk a lot, but it's really what's in my heart. And I know how that you've helped us, Heather. And there's multiple things that people don't even see that they do. So all I can tell you is try it one time, and I can tell you it won't work. Whatever's in your head telling you to say no, that's wrong. And I'd love to prove to you that fact.
I love that. I think a lot of people just assume they don't need help, or they've been in business for a long time and like they're doing things and they don't need the help, or maybe they're new and they think they can't afford it. So those are kind of two like back and forth. But you're right. Everyone could use a little bit of support, and that's what we're here for. So anyway, thank you. I just realized when I was getting ready to say that Jennifer was new to the show, and I was like, I didn't ask Blake the questions. And so Mike would come and slap my wrist, so I can't have that happen.
Mike is going to get you later today, I'm sure.
It's okay. But anyway, so back to Jennifer. It is great to have you on the show with me today. How are you?
I'm good. It's great to be here.
So Jennifer is with Creative Cove Designs, and where are you guys located at?
We're located in Amherst, 3922 South Amherst Highway in Madison Heights.
Now, originally, if somebody had said, what does Creative Cove Designs do? I would say, Creative Cove Designs offers quite a bit. And, but then I was going more on there. I was looking on your website the other day, and you offer way more than I even knew that you did. And I think you've added a lot since we first, you first came through our door and, joined, and we chatted, because I can still remember the day you came in, because you were getting some stuff from me from my office to put in your shop. So tell us a little bit about creative, like what got you started with Creative Cove first of all, and then let's talk about like what you guys do at Creative Cove.
Okay. So we started actually October 2020. I had a business prior to this, or worked. One of my good friends had came along and had a business idea for car hauling, total opposite. And so we were building that business together. And then I thought, well, I should be able to get apparel a lot cheaper than what I could find it. So I had another friend who gave me a free silhouette machine, and started making my own apparel that way, and then started working in my house. Started in my oldest daughter's bedroom, and then it kind of morphed into the living room, and then the second living room, and the dining room. And so we just kept growing. I kept adding more machineries to it and learning something new. And then we moved out of the house into our first location, which was at 151 and 29 at the Apple Market. We were in 2 suites there, and we very quickly outgrew that. And then we stumbled across where we are now, which was the old flower basket.
Yes.
Which most people remember as that. But we just keep adding and adding to our collection. I'll see something and I'm like, oh, let's see if we can do that. And then, of course, my family, really, Mom, you're going to add something else? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And so we've just been adding machinery after machinery, or people will come and say, hey, are you able to do this? And then we say, well, maybe not yet. And then we decide to, hey, let's try it. So we just have grown since then to where we are today.
So first of all, I think that really plays into the creative piece of it. The Creative Cove. I am, and everyone knows because I say it on the show all the time, I don't know that there's a creative bone in my body. If there is, I haven't found it yet. I try my best, but nothing ever quite turns out how I envision it. I joke around because my youngest daughter is quite creative, very artsy. I was more I'm not saying you can't be creative and athletic, but I was more like I did sports all my life. I didn't, she can draw. My brother could do both. I missed out on the creative piece. So I still draw stick figures when I'm, drawing things, and I sometimes hot glue things to myself, so I'm a work in progress when it comes to any of that. So I'm always in awe of those of you who do create and the things that you come up with, because it's not just about what you're creating like in front of you or in paper. It's like your mind. It's just so creative. The things that come together just are inspiring. So let's talk about some of those things that you do. I know that y'all do like embroidery, and if anyone is looking for like custom apparel, those are things that they can come to you for. But y'all also, it's funny you were talking about the flower basket, because you also do floral arrangements, and I'm sure you can do things for events.
Yes.
Okay.
Weddings. That's sort of my daughter's, when she graduated, she didn't want to go to college. She did this in school. She did horticulture in school.
Okay.
And she says, Mom, can we do that? I'm like, sure, why not? And so she's gone to do some classes on the floral arrangement. So she does all that. We do weddings, funerals. We do a lot of business apparel. We have a lot of businesses that come to us for anything from shirts to jackets to hats to tumblers to. It's probably easier for me to tell you what we don't offer as opposed to what we do offer. But no, we pretty much, it's anywhere from, we've done a lot with businesses and sports organizations now that we do a lot of print on demand. So we offer links for like organizations. A lot of times your smaller businesses, we like to kind of cater to them as well. They can't afford to purchase a minimum amount of shirts. We have no minimums. We'll do 1 shirt or 1 million. It doesn't matter.
Okay. That's nice.
Yeah. And so our links also give people the ability. We will set up a merch store for businesses so they can send their customers to it to order anything, and you don't pay until it's printed.
Okay.
So you don't have to sit on any sort of capital or anything like that. So that's become very popular, especially for the sports organizations, like for the baseball, softball, where it used to be where you had to have a team mom that got all the orders together, collected all the money. We take all of that out. So we provide that you can send your parents directly to the website to purchase.
I also would think that would be really nice for small businesses, because I know working with, whether it's someone that's just themselves or maybe they just have 1 or 2 employees, it's hard to go out and say, well, I'd like to have some nice shirts for the staff, but there's a minimum, and you're like, well, I don't need 15 shirts. I need like 2 shirts or,
Right.
3 shirts. And it can be kind of discouraging, or there's always like these added charges because you are doing such a small order. You always see these, added fees
Yeah.
because you're not doing a large order. And that kind of comes into play because a lot of the things I hear from small business is just the affordability of being able to do some of the things that make them feel like a business. Like
Right.
you want those shirts. You want to have something that actually has your logo on it. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
We do that. We also typically on like our nonprofits and smaller organizations, we also don't typically charge any sort of artwork.
Mhm.
As long as we can do it very simple and most of your stuff is artwork ready, we go ahead and offer that as well without any setup fee or any sort of artwork fee. Try
Okay.
to help out where we can. We also offer bundles. So like if you're a small business or even regular businesses and you don't need 100 ink pens or you just want to try different types of products, we put bundles together. We basically build packages. So
Okay.
if you have $100 to spend, then we'll build you something for $100 to get your products out.
I love that. I think that's really awesome. Because again, it can be very overwhelming when you're trying to get into business and looking at where are my dollars going to be best
Right.
spent so that people are actually coming through my door. And while sometimes it might not be because you have pens, you never know when somebody will see your pen and that's what they pick up and say, oh, I'm going to call this person. So, wherever you can put that money is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the most important things that Jennifer is not telling you is she does, just like Puzzled, everything is from the heart. She treats every customer the way that she wants to be. We're just not friends, and she's just not a board member on Puzzled. She is a true business person and looks out for everybody. And the simplest thing is just having a sample for you can try it on, and that's the biggest difference. You can go in there and she'll get you a sample to try it on, or she'll try something new. And I'm not like Heather, not creative. I'll glue my hands together. But I have lots of crazy ideas in my head, and she's an idea person too, and she'll try anything. She does trophies. She didn't talk
Mhm.
about the trophies that they do. She builds trophies for us, that where she makes ideas in my head come true. So give her a try. They do a lot of things and they go the extra mile, and they're all the time going from their heart. And that's how, we are. We go from our heart.
Yeah, that's and I think that says a lot. And I know there are a lot of businesses that's why I love doing what I do, because there's so many small businesses I get to work with that are like you guys, that they're truly in it for others, not so much themselves, and they just have a passion for what they're doing. And I think that's what kind of sets the Central Virginia Business Coalition apart. It's our members, it's the businesses that we work with, and people always say they come in and they feel like it's a family environment, and that's just because it really is. I mean, it's just such a great feeling when you walk in and you're connecting with people who have that kind of same background and the same thought process, and it's really awesome. So let's talk about your makery, the makery part of it, because I think that's different and unique too. So y'all actually offer classes for people that are creative or potentially not creative, like myself, to come and see what we can do. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so we do have a public makery studio. We do different sort of classes, workshops. We do, they're like painting. It's kind of like a puzzle. And a lot of people say, well, Jennifer, I can't paint. I can't. So I've made it simple for you because while I am creative, I am not artsy at all. So I used to go to these canvas parties and they would tell me exactly where to paint things, and it didn't look well. So I said, there's got to be a better way. So we use our laser machines to cut different premium wood products, home decor, that kind of thing. And it's kind of like a puzzle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you just basically pick your colors and paint and put it together. So we do have those types of parties. We offer workshops or summer camps for kids during the summer, during spring break, or if kids are out, if one of the school systems are out, we do offer kid camps. We do private parties or we do public parties. So we're able to be mobile. Or we don't even have to actually be there. You can order your kits and have your own party for churches. We do a lot for churches or bachelorette parties. We also do floral arranging classes. So you can come make certain floral bar. We have a floral bar that we can set up mobile. We do weddings for that. You could come to the studio and we actually had a bachelorette party not too long ago that we do. People just come in and build arrangements, and we teach that. So it's a lot.
I actually saw, and I'm probably going to steal this idea because I saw somebody do this. A friend of mine that doesn't live in this area, but she posted it on social media. Next year when my daughter's in high school, I loved the idea. They did a homecoming day, and like she had a group of friends that came to their house, and they had like breakfast, and then the girls brought their makeup and they set it out and did like makeup, but they also had someone come in and do exactly what you just said. They had a floral bar, and the girls got to create their own homecoming sort of bouquets that they could take with them. It was so cute, and I was like, I'm so doing this next year.
We offered that this year.
Yeah, that sounds
It was called
so
Petals
cool.
and Prom, and we allowed couples to come in or individual. They made their own corsages and boutonnieres. The kids absolutely had a blast.
Oh, I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I was also looking on here. I was doing the little pouty face because it's so cute. Because y'all are doing September 23rd. If you have a little one, you can do story time, and they're doing Biscuit visits the pumpkin patch, so they get to come and listen to the story, and then they actually get to build their little pumpkin craft after the story. Guys, how stinking cute is that? I love it. It makes me, I do have a grandbaby. Maybe I'll grab her from my daughter and take her out. It makes me want to, have another little kid, but I'm not going to do that. So I'll just borrow my grandbaby to go do that. But that is just so, that's just so cute. And it gives you the time to bond with your kid. And I love it.
Yeah, we do story times quite often throughout the month. We also do crafting, coffee and crafting with seniors.
Okay.
So our senior citizens come out in the mornings, and not only do they like make crafts or whatever, it's really cool for them to network and just have that, that together time, to get out. And so we find that to be very successful too.
We need to plan like a CVABC night, like a paint party or something where we get CVABC members to register, and we all get together and just do like a event. That would be super fun.
And a super neat thing, since, Puzzle was on before this, a super neat thing about Jennifer and her family, it doesn't matter your ability, everybody's welcome. And I'm not just talking about Heather or Blake that's going to glue their hands together and can't do anything. I'm talking about children that most of the time wouldn't be invited other places. Jennifer opens her doors to everyone. Her family opens their doors to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're that kid in a wheelchair or what your ability is. She opens it to everyone. Even Heather and Blake that glue their hands together. So everybody is welcome to these things, and they encourage people to come. Don't be scared. Jennifer might have been scared to come on the radio today, and I told her, don't be scared. And I'm going to tell you, don't be scared to come out and try some of these things. So I'm encouraging you, Heather, go try some of these things, and you'll learn things. Maybe we'll glue our hands together on the table.
That's right. I am. So tell everybody your website.
It's www.creativecovedesigns.com.
So I really encourage you guys to check that out. Go on that website and look through it, because you can look at their events. You can look at all the opportunities they have at the Makery. They've got their like she was saying, the kid kits that you can purchase. And I'm assuming you can get these throughout the year, because why do I love this little hand-printed customized board? I want this for Christmas. I'm going to let them know, my whole family. I want them to go put their handprints on a board and make this for me. But it's just so creative, and there's so many cute things that people can do. And I'm one of those people too, talking about the holidays, and we talk about supporting local and shopping local. These are the things that I think set apart our local businesses from big box stores. You can go to a big box store and probably find a print that has handprints on it that says, "Grandma, we love you," blah, blah, blah. But that's not your kid's handprints. It's somebody else's handprints. Here you can go and get that item, support a local business, be creative, and it actually is personalized. It's something that is from your family, and I love it. And so when I'm telling you guys to go out and support local, this is what I mean. Yes, you can look at it. And maybe at Hobby Lobby, this might be, on the 20% off week, you might get it for, $15, $16. So yes, you might go here to Jennifer and pay $20, but you are getting so much more and you are supporting a local business. So
yeah, one of the most popular items that we do, and some people don't realize that we do it, is we can take handwriting. We've done this a lot in the past. So like if you have your grandma's recipe, we can trace that handwriting and actually engrave it on like cutting boards or necklaces and that sort of thing. We do that a lot with kids too. They'll write, Happy Father's Day, Dad, and, love Johnny. And we'll put it actually on an item that out of their handwriting.
So, and I feel like I'm all over her website, friends. I'm just letting y'all know. But I'm gonna put out a little challenge between now and Halloween, and we'll see if anyone listens. And I'm gonna even put this when we post about the show today. If you go again to her site and you look on the kid kit, I think it's under the kid kits, but it's not necessarily just for kids because you can do this yourself. But there is a box. If you scroll down to the bottom, it's a You've Been Booed box, and you can purchase this box, and it is $12. And it's a little kit that comes with paints, and you can paint yourself a little ghost, and you can paint the word boo, and it's super cute. So I'm challenging people, get yourself a booed box, give it to your kids, give it to a coworker, take it to another CVABC business and say you've been booed by and your business name. And let's pass that love around and let's boo some CVABC members. I'm serious. I'm putting this out there. I want to be booed. Somebody boo me. I don't care. But I think this is really cool and creative. And so if let's say somebody goes online and purchases this, do y'all ship it to them or do they have to come pick it up?
We do both.
Okay. So either way, you can have it shipped to you, or can they ship it to the person that they're booing?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can ship it. Look, guys, it doesn't get any easier than that. Ship it to the people you want. I'm booing Woody. You watch. Woody's getting booed. This is so cool. I think this is a great opportunity to support local and do something fun for the Halloween, for upcoming Halloween, or I'm sure something may come out at Christmas or whatnot, but this is exciting. And you're doing our Shopper on the Shelf event too, right? I think you're signed up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can also go ahead and put it on your calendar on Small Business Saturday. Go ahead and put down Creative Cove Designs as one of your places that you are going to go check out, and you're going to find the elf, and you're going to scan that QR code and let us know that you were there. And, if you actually purchase something, you get to put in an extra entry. So therefore you could win something even cooler. But yeah, super. Like, I'm getting all excited about this. Can y'all tell? Like, this is what happens. I get passionate about it.
And I hope everybody that's listening see what happened right here. That's what the CBAC is about. Bringing people together and working together, not apart. We're stronger together than we are apart. And I say this day in and day out. I wish people would listen and know we're stronger together than we are apart. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. We can all help each other. Even if you're in competing businesses, y'all can all help each other. All the guys at top, they collaborate on everything. They don't care if it's, the same business or not. They just want to collaborate. And that's what all of us should do. Mm-hmm. So we can take a lesson from the guys at the top. Us small guys can make it by working together and being one.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also I mentioned, and I've said before, like, knowledge is power. And I think even coming together and, yes, I've known Blake for quite a while. And yes, Jennifer has been a member for over a year or so. But even sitting down with you here in this space, and just kind of looking over there's things I didn't know you did. And then, so maybe I'm creative in some way, because then it gets your mind flowing on ideas. So I'm creative with ideas, friends. But that just sparks me to go, oh, let's do this, because here's a way we can support each other, even if it's something small, even if it's paying $12 for a boo box today, friends. That is how you can be supportive of another small business. So I'm just going to say that. Now, before I forget, I'm going to ask the questions. So Mike doesn't say I didn't ask the questions for this, because I was about to go say something else. But how long, Jennifer, has Creative Cove Designs been a member of the CVABC?
It's over a year.
Yes, it is. I think it's maybe a year and a half. I think it's been about a year and a half. What would you say is one of the bigger benefits for your business?
I'd have to say Mike Norfield.
Oh, He trained you. Oh my goodness. I know he's listening. He had to have told you to say that. And I'm just playing. Mike's pretty cool.
No, he's wonderful. He's been really good to us.
Yes.
But that goes in hand with my answer, though. It would definitely be the people that I've met along the way.
Absolutely.
Just being in a group with people that just know what you're struggling with or know what you're going through and knowing when you're not alone, definitely the biggest benefit for us.
I agree. Well, give us one more time the website and location of Creative Cove.
Okay. We're located at 3922 South Amherst Highway in Madison Heights, and our website is www.creativecovedesigns.com.
And what are your hours? Are you open 5 days a week or?
Yeah. So right now we're Monday through Friday, 10 to 6.
Okay.
Saturdays, we'll probably go back for the holidays being open from 10 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So 2 things, guys. Make sure that you put on your calendar to head out to Puzzle this weekend and support the Puzzle Car Show. And then 2, go to the website, Creative Cove Designs, and get a boo box. Or, if the boo box isn't your thing, grab something else on there, support local, and, support Creative Cove Designs. And Jennifer, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you for listening in today. If you want more information about either of our guests or what the Central Virginia Business Coalition is all about, you can go and find that information on www.cvabc.org. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will be back next Wednesday.